On this podcast, we talk about the books, both old and new, that are worth putting on your to-be-read list. I'll include the back cover synopsis, content warnings, as well as my pro and con list. To avoid any spoilers, head over to my Instagram at enjoylifewithme.angela. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these books. Let's jump in for the day. Today we're going to be talking about Meeting at the Altar by Kristine W. Joy, which is her third book in the Brothers of Lucky 7 Ranch series. The back cover synopsis says, I signed up to marry a stranger on reality TV. Turns out, the bride is someone I know, and I'm pretty sure she still hates me from what happened between us in high school. I knew the terms, marry a stranger on the spot, handpicked by quote-unquote experts, just for me. But that's not what's happening. My bride is no stranger, and she's wearing a black dress, reminiscent of the one she wore the last time we spoke, at prom. Surely she's gotten over what happened at prom by now. Except, it takes me about 5 minutes to realize she hasn't. And now I'm married to the one woman I did wrong in my life. But she still trembles at my touch. Either this is going to be the biggest mistake of my life, or the greatest second chance in history. And all of America gets to watch it. This is a contemporary country rom-com. You get the enemies to more, marriage of convenience, and second chances. The intimacy is high in this one. There is a lot of intense makeouts with like moaning, heavy innuendo, and the implied intimacy with the married couple. It's all closed door. Language wants no violence, and as far as potential trigger warnings, some teenage hurt, rough dating past, family strain, financial frustration, and some tough quote-unquote work environment. The only con with this one was the opening, the actual marriage of convenience was a little cringy. Watching their wedding, I wanted to kick the host for laughing at them. Honestly, that's what it was. It was a little rough. But, I mean, reality TV, in my personal opinion, is cringy. So I guess that's where it comes from. But on the pro side, it was also fairly real, even reality TV, let's get real, is not. But the characters were real. The quote is, I'm terrible at hiding my emotions, and I tend to lash out at the people I care about under stress. So the best thing I can do right now is to keep my distance. And I feel like we all have those tendencies that aren't great. So, thank you to the author for not having perfect characters that do perfect things, because it's nice to be able to see ourselves in the books we read. And also, it was hilarious. It was definitely heavy on the rom-com comedy part. There's the quote, I've gone out of my way to avoid Sawyer Lewis for over a decade, and now I'm legally married to the man. Or when he's talking to his brother, it's just so homey. Oh right, so you don't want your home to feel homey. That makes so much sense. Or when his brother informs him to suit yourself and stop complaining. The conversation in this one connects to the previous book, which is why I always say read series in order. But this one, I don't know what she sees in me. She's a freaking gorgeous, smart, funny, ambitious, the whole package. I'm just born into wealth. Sawyer, you're a borderline genius, and your work ethic is unmatched. You work all the time, not to mention you're ripped, and all the ladies love that. Yeah, that's shallow as heck, Carson, but glad you enjoy my muscles. I said ladies love that. Sorry for distracting your wife. Hey now, I had to deal with Hunter and his weird magic mic horse washing incident in front of my wife. Don't get any ideas. And it just made me laugh because that part in the previous book was just hilarious, and to see her bringing that back into the next book is just amazing. I loved it. And I almost had this one as my favorite part of the book, but it's when her aunt yells, "Don't forget to leave room for Jesus between y'all on the dance floor." I think we've all heard that in some variation in our lives, and it was great to see it in a book. You also got a fair amount of swooniness in this one, where he leans in and he says, "I'll always believe in you, Bailey." I'm like, that's just the cutest thing ever. Or when it's, let's see, Bailey hiding slightly behind me is a small gesture, but it makes me feel like $1,000,000. Now, I know that women are supposed to go first through a door. I'm not in a poofy dress, so I'd rather do that. I'd rather hold their hand, follow behind, and that's, funny if anyone actually knows me in real life. I have a fairly strong, independent personality. But like, I get that, and it's fun to see those kind of things in books where it's like we feel safe with them or trust them, and so just not really like cowering behind them, but it's just like, no, I'm going to let you handle this. Those kind of moments I feel like just make the book real. But my absolute favorite part was the proposal. I love reading about these big grand gestures in books. My introvertedness would prefer quiet dinner somewhere, but reading about these big announcements, like, they're just really cute, like really sweet. Seeing the thought and effort put into them makes you just really love the characters. So I hope you'll jump over to my socials. I'll have the clickable link tree in the show notes. Instagram, enjoylifewithme.angela, and book talk, enjoylifewithme_Angela. I'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas about these books, and I hope you'll tell me what you think the best part is. Talk to you soon. Happy reading.